Yes, we have the full set list for the Legendary Arc V decks. And make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button and check out Dual Daddy for always making up these cool graphics and showcasing them with the world. I'll leave a link for them down below so you guys can definitely check them out and show them some amazing love. The Legendary Arc V decks. I wanted to talk about we're going to start off with the Odd Eyes deck. This one is probably the most interesting because we're getting the entire Primite package dumped into reprint rotation for this, which is honestly very, very helpful. And I'm actually surprised that Konami's actually choosing to do this. You're getting 2 drill beams, 3 lordly loads, just kind of handed to you right off of the bat, which I don't think is too bad. The only downside here is there's no Aether Barrel in the deck. So, like, if you want to approach picking up the rest of the Primite package, you're going to have to go pick up, barrels to kind of complete it. But I mean, like, their job here was, you're already interacting with the Odd Eyes normal monster as it is. So their logic, I guess, was we can go ahead and reprint this to go ahead and get it into rotation. Now, there are 2 new cards in this deck. One of them is the new Link 3 that says, hey, it's 2+ monsters, including a pendulum. You can target 1 card you control, destroy it, and if you do, draw a card. During your turn, when your opponent activates card effect, discard a card to negate that effect, which means, you get insulation protection. And then you can only use those first 2 effects once per turn. But if you destroyed a pendulum card by this card's first effect, during your main phase of this turn, you can conduct an additional pendulum summon of a Performa Pal, a Magician, or a Odd Eyes, or Odd Eyes, in addition to your regular pendulum summon for the turn. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. And then we get the notorious Soulblaze Dragon, which is the one that many of you might not know is the culprit for the ever so lovely Toon FTKs. But Odd Eyes Soulblaze Dragon is a tuner plus a non-tuner. On special summon, you can special summon a face-up pendulum monster from your extra deck. You cannot special summon except for pendulum monsters while you control that face-up monster. And if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish 2 other monsters, being Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Pendulums from your graveyard to special summon this card. Now, you can only use 1 effect of Soulblaze Dragon once per turn, only once that turn. Also, this thing is a tuner monster. That's the thing that makes this, so broken in combination with the other cards, where you're able to make like the Bishy Bulkin plays just based off of this and having another level 8 for you to be able to, conduct the brokenness with, which is kind of interesting, to say the least. But overall, looking at what we've got here for the Odd Eyes deck, I think that this is fine. Obviously, seeing Access Code Talker getting a reprint in here, I think is good. The Chaos Angel is, I think, probably the most shocking reprint that Konami is kind of passing on in here. And you're also going to notice there's only 1 Malcharmy present yet again in this particular deck. You're only getting the Perulia handed to you. Also, no Dominuses in this list. That's very, very strange. Now, as we move on along here, we warp on over here to good old Speedroids. Now, Speedroids definitely got one of the more, I guess, put together decks. You're getting Veiler Double Droll, which is good. You're getting a singular copy of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, which I guess is interesting. Definitely not really sure how I feel about that. Triple Terror Chop, Triple Talk up into board is good. You're also getting Double Nib, but also this is the deck that's getting the Fua put into it, which is good. And you can definitely see that they put a lot more usage of the hand traps into this deck than some of the others. Now, we do get our new card, the Daruma Knocker, which is a level 4 machine tuner, 200 attack, 1600 defense. And it says, if this card is in the hand, you can send a Speedroid card from your deck to the graveyard. The fact it can Foolish Burial anything is even better. And then, of course, send 1 special. You cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except for wind monsters. And if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add a Speedroid spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. And then if you control a Clearwing monster, you can destroy 1 monster on the field. I don't know why Konami just decided to go, oh yes, we're going to give this deck a circular to give you access to any piece that you're going to need, but also at the exact same time, they're making it so that, it also is a searcher that has potential popping. That feels very, very good put on a card like this. Also, looking at the extra deck for this is probably one of the nicest synchro pile deck that you're going to have access to. I don't know why. I'm kind of impressed by that. Konami, you actually get a pass for me on the Speedroid deck. Granted, I mean, like, you still got to buy 2 of these to plug in, like, the extra imperms, to maybe complete some of the more odd pieces. And obviously, you know, Konami not really wanting to give you those full Mulcharmy play sets. Yeah, it is a little bit strange, but okay. Now, let's get on over here to the Lunalight deck. This is probably going to be the most straightforward pile that you're going to get. You see, you get your extra Ash, your extra Imperm handed to you over here. You also do see, oh, hey, would you look at that? There's our missing Mulcharmy monster that we now have. So you get access to all of your Mulcharmies handed to you right off the bat. I think that that's pretty nice and pretty straightforward. In terms of the new card, we know that Lunalight Scarlet Tiger is a level 5 Dark with 1900 attack, 1500 defense. If you activate a Lunalight Monster's effect, we can special summon it from the hand. Then if your opponent, or if you've activated this effect during the turn that your opponent has activated a card or effect, you can add a Polymerization from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So this actually rewards you for your opponent interacting with you, which is hilarious. Now, this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, aka slamming Polymerization on the table. You get a special summon a Lunalight monster from your face-up extra deck or graveyard, except a level 5. But it cannot activate its effects. Now, you can only use each effect of Lunalight Scarlet Tiger once per turn. The fact that they gave this deck a nice little level 5 to be able to work with, I mean, it's a little bit higher level than I kind of expected, but it's fine. Also, this deck gets us some very needed reprints, man. We're finally getting Black Sheep reprints. The fact that that card has been like pushing the price tag it's been pushing has been a little bit ridiculous. We are getting another heavy poly, which, I mean, this is coming right off of the rarity reprint as it is. I'm not really like too worried about that. And then the Lunalight Liger Dance, you're getting 2 of those. SP's floating in here. Like, as an out of the box deck to be able to play, this is not bad at all. Obviously, you know, there's going to need to be some minor adjustments, you know, hand trap fluctuations and so forth. But for the most competitive side, you're definitely looking at Lunalights for sure. Now, potential Secret Rares and Starlight upgrades. So, we're kind of following the same pattern that we've seen in the other sets. Now, if you're looking at these particular cards, you know, you're hoping for like potentially one crazy rarity upgrade reprint here. Soul Blaze and the Overdrive Dragon or Override Dragon, I think both of those would be really cool to potentially see in like Starlight Rares, especially, you know, with Toons kind of creeping around the corner with the FTK, I guess. I think Beyond the Pendulum will also be another one that players will want to get. Odd Eye Seer and Sky Iris are pretty much whatever candidates. Stardust Charge Warrior is not like super exciting either, in my opinion. Lunalight Masquerade, Black Sheep, Liger Dancer, Yellow Martin, and Perfume Dancer, and the new level 5. That is a lot of potential upgrades for Lunalights. Like, I am honestly surprised that they pulled, I mean, to be fair, it is 6 cards. I guess it makes sense for them to, you know, want to pull those, but okay, sure. We also see Cork Shooter, the Daruma Knocker, the Clearwing Rider, and the Terror Top as the potential shift-arounds for Speedroids. I'm also okay with these, honestly. These aren't anything like particularly broken in hindsight, but they're good enough to, you know, I mean, you've already got the QCR Terror Tops running around anyway, you know, getting other potential rarity upgrades. I mean, like, none of this is confirmed either. This is just kind of a speculation based on, you know, the inserts and, you know, potential rarity upgrades within the set. But overall, I mean, this product isn't the Legendary Modern decks, all right? It's like a step down from that. But, you know, if you wanted to play Lunalights and you're a budget player, $30, you know, to get 3 potential decks, and I mean, like, you can go play Lunalights and be, like, the roguish player, that's not looking too bad right now. I do like that they did give us new exclusives in this product, but in terms of this versus the Legendary Modern decks, it's not the same. I will say that. But, I mean, this is a start. I do know that players like more of these styles of products. They work very well for the TCG-ification of them. And I do think that that is a big help for sure. So what do you guys think about the Legendary Arc V decks? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons! Thank you!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.